Good day everyone, I am Cecilia Lacasandili from BPED 3C and today we are going to discuss the conceptual framework for kindergarten to grade 12. Let us know health curriculum first. Health curriculum aims to assist the Filipino learners on what in attaining, sustaining, and promoting lifelong health wellness. Of course, it's all about the health of each individual, especially our learners, wherein our program in education program provides opportunities for the development of health literacy competencies among students and, as I said, to enhance their overall well-being. Health education program in the Philippines from kindergarten to grade 12 focuses on a whole individual well-being, from its physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, and spiritual dimensions of holistic health. Learners will acquire first, knowledge, second, attitude, third, skills, and try to remember these three that are necessary to promote good nutrition, prevent and control diseases, to prevent substance misuse and abuse, to reduce health-related risk behaviors, to prevent and control injuries with the end view of maintaining and improving personal, family, community, as well as global health. Moreover, our health education emphasized the development of positive health attitude and related skills in order to achieve the good quality of life, which is categorized into two. First one is our primary grade level or the elementary, and the second one is the upper level or the high school. Health attitude habits and practices at para maging possible or in order to facilitate those I've mentioned earlier, dapat sa school, si teacher ay gumagamit ng angkop na learner approach para matuto yung mga estudyante niya, which is the learner-centered. In order to facilitate the development of health literacy competencies, the teacher is highly encouraged to use developmentally appropriate learner-centered teaching approach. This includes scaffolding on students' experience and prior learning, utilizing culture-responsive scenarios and materials, incorporating arts and music in imparting health messages, engaging learners in meaningful games and cooperative learning activities, and using life skills and value-based strategies, particularly in discussing sensitive topics such as substance abuse and sexuality. The teacher is also advised to use differentiated instruction in order to cater to the learner's various needs and abilities. Scaffolding refers to a method in which teacher offer a particular kind of support to students as they learn and develop a new concept or skills. In the scaffolding model, a teacher may share their information or demonstrate how to solve a problem. The teacher then gradually steps back and lets students practice on their own. Before the students become completely independent, structured support or the scaffolding is put in place, such as group practice. Students might work together in small groups to help each other. This process in education is also sometimes called I do, we do, and you do. In other words, the teacher shows how something is done and the class practice together, and finally students work individually. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Mielin Manzon from BPED 3C. For today's video, I will discuss to you the conceptual framework diagram. So, conceptual framework diagram with the K-12 health curriculum. a learner should be able to achieve, sustain, and promote lifelong and wellness. The program's rich and challenging learning experience promote the development of the macro skills of practicing desirable health habits. Health education from kindergarten to grade 10 focuses on the physical, mental, emotional, social, moral, and spiritual dimensions of holistic health and enables the learners to acquire essential knowledge, attitude, and skills necessary to promote good nutrition, prevent and control diseases, and substance misuse and abuse, reduce health-related risks, behaviors to prevent and control injuries with the end in view of maintaining and improving personal, family, community, and environmental health. In order to facilitate the development of macro skills, the teacher is encouraged to use appropriate learner-centered teaching approaches, such as experimental, contextual learning, problem-based action learning, differentiate instruction, health skills-based education with life skills and value-based strategies. Um, this is not to exclude teacher-centered pedagogical strategies, which are likewise applied, but to a lesser extent. Each learner-centered strategy is anchored on educational theories developed by theorists, expanded by other educators, and validated for practitioners.
Health content areas, injury prevention, safety, and first aid. It discuss the causes or yung dahilan and yung pag-prevent ng aksidente at injuries habang gumagawa ng mga activities sa ating bahay, school, or sa workplace. Kasama din dito yung pag-promote ng safe environment and paggawa ng safety program and mga activity preparedness procedure. Community environment health. It places the learner as the essential part ng community and environment. Their responsibility is to protect environment and promoting standard of health, hygiene, food and waste management, and primary health care. Consumer health. It emphasizes the application of knowledge and skill, selection of health information, product, and services. Family health covers information on the human life cycle, influence individual development of idea, behavior, and responsible parenthood. Growth and development. Developmental milestone and health concern during puberty and adolescence and focus on personal health and development of self-management skill. Nutrition. It focuses on the importance of eating healthy and establish good eating habit, especially for children to prevent disease. Personal health. It comprises personal health issue concern. Prevention and control disease disorder. Involves prevention and control both communicable and non-communicable disease. Substance use abuse. Substance abuse is a pattern of drug that leads to the significant problem.
Good day everyone, I'm Raybel Navarro from BPED-3C. So I am going to discuss the characteristics of health curriculum. So first, what is health education curriculum? So the health education curriculum is the primary means through which schools deliver health education. So the curriculum clarifies what health content is important and what students should be able to do as a result of participating in health education learning experiences. So, today's state-of-the-art health education curricula reflect the growing body of research that emphasizes teaching functional health information, so essential knowledge, shaping personal values and beliefs that support healthy behaviors, and shaping group norms that value a healthy lifestyle, and developing the essential healthy skills necessary to adapt, practice, and maintain healthy enhancing behaviors. There are 9 content in characteristics of health curriculum. First is culture responsive. So according to Gay, uses the cultural knowledge, prior experiences, and performance styles of the diverse student body to make learning more appropriate and effective for them. So second is epidemiological. Relates to the incidence, prevalence, and distribution of diseases in populations, including detection of the resources and causes of epidemics. So third one is health and life skills based. Applies life skills to specific health choices and behaviors. So fourth is analyzes the interrelationship among the factors that influence the health status, the areas of health and the dimensions of health: physical, mental, social, emotional, moral, and spiritual. So this is holistic. So PIP is learner-centered, focuses on the student's needs, abilities, interests, and learning styles with the teacher as a facilitator of learning. So next is preventive characterizes. So something that helps people take positive health action in order to prevent disease and to achieve optimum health. So next is the right-based. So advance the understanding and recognition of human rights as laid down in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and other international human rights instruments. So next is the standards and outcome based. So requires students to demonstrate that they have learned the academic standards set on a specific content and competencies. So last is the values based, promotes an educational philosophy based on valuing self, others, and environment through the consideration of the ethical values as the base of good educational practice. So we are able to meet these 9 characteristics of health curriculum to achieve an effective teaching and learning and to maintain the healthy body and mind of the students. So as we can see, these 9 characteristics of health curriculum can guide us for teaching a good quality physical education. So as a future PE instructor someday, we, the teachers of physical education, will be the one who will be the assets of the students to achieve their status of health holistically. So that's all. Thank you.
Hello, good day everyone. And this next topic is key stage standard o pangunahing pamantayan ng bawat yugto. What is key stage standard? This shows the degree or quality of proficiency that the learners is able to demonstrate in each key stage after learning a particular learning area in relation to the core learning area standard. Si K-12 program covers kindergarten to grade 12 of basic education, 6 years of primary education, 4 years of junior high school, and 2 years from senior high school to provide sufficient time for mastery of concepts and skills, develop lifelong learners, and prepare graduates for tertiary education. And here is the key stage standard of health. First, kindergarten to grade 3. They will learn, demonstrate, and understanding and observance of healthy habits and practices in achieving wellness. Grade 4 to grade 6. The learner demonstrate an understanding of how changes which are part of growth and development impact health practices that help achieve and sustain optimum health and well-being. And lastly, grade 7 to grade 10, the learner demonstrates an understanding of key health concepts related to the achievement, sustainability, and promotion of wellness as it improves the quality of life of the individual, the family, and the larger community. Ano nga ba yung key stage standard ng mga yan? Ang key stage standard na yan is yung mga topic po nila is connected bawat levels. Habang tumataas yung bawat levels or grades nung bata, tumataas din yung standard or yung quality nung pagtuturo. Mas nadadagdagan yung development ng bata, mas nadadagdagan din yung development ng ituturo nila. That is called key stage standard. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I'm Jerica Orolfo from BPED 3C. So for today's video, we will talk about the grade level standard. So it is typically organized by the grade level or the grade span and the sequencing of the standard across the grade or the stages. So the sequence of knowledge that students expected to learn as they progress in their education. Grade level standard. So grade 1, the learner demonstrate an understanding of the essential concept related to nutrition and personal health, as well as the knowledge in injury prevention, safety, first aid as factor in facilitating the development of healthy habit and practices among individuals. Grade 2, the learners demonstrate an understanding of personal health, family health, and the prevention and control of disease and disorders, as well as the injury prevention, safety, and first aid, which are the factors that facilitate the development of healthy habit and practices. So next is grade 3. The learner demonstrate an understanding and knowledge in the following nutrition, prevention, and the control disease and disorder, the consumer health, and the community and environmental health factor, which help in facilitating the development of healthy habits and practices. Now, grade 4, the learner demonstrate an understanding of nutrition, prevention and control of disease and disorder, substance use and abuse, and injury prevention, safety, and first aid, leading to the achievement of optimum health and well-being. So next is grade 5. The learner demonstrate an understanding of the nature of personal health, growth and development, substance use and abuse, and community and environmental health, which to achieve the optimum health and well-being. Next is grade 6. The learners demonstrate an understanding of personal health, prevention and control of disease and disorder, consumer health, and injury prevention, safety and first aid to achieve optimum health and well-being. Next is grade 7. The learner demonstrate an understanding of growth and development, nutrition, personal health, and prevention of control disease and disorder, non-communicable, to achieve, sustain, and promote personal health and wellness. Next is grade 8. The learner demonstrate understanding of family health, prevention and control of disease and disorder, communicable, and prevention of substance use and abuse to achieve, sustain, and promote family health and wellness. Next is grade 9. The learner demonstrate understanding of community and environmental health, injury prevention, safety and first aid, and prevention of substance use and abuse to achieve and sustain and promote community health and wellness. Last is grade 10. The learner demonstrate understanding of consumer health, global health trend, issues and concerns, and development of health plan and exploration of career in health to achieve, sustain, and promote health and wellness.
Good day everyone, my name is Vincent S. Asal from BPED 3C. So this is the continuation of our report. So now let's talk about the health content matrix. The development of education meticulously identified the necessarily and relevant contents that should be included in the health education under the K-12 Basic Education Curriculum. So ito po yung nakapaloob sa K-12 Basic Education Curriculum. For grade 1, first grading nutrition. For second grading is all about personal health. Third grading is a continuation of personal health. Because when it comes personal health, napaka-broad po ng topic na to, so kailangan ng medyo mahabang time para dito. So for final grading, they should learn the injury prevention, safety, and first aid. So next is grade 2. First grading, personal health and nutrition. Second grading, personal health and continuation ng injury prevention, safety, and first aid. For third grading, family health, and for final grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid. So next is grade 3. First grading, nutrition. Second grading, personal health, and prevention and control of disease and disorder, and also consumer health. Third grading, consumer health, and for the final grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid, and also community and environment health. So next, grade 4. For first grading, nutrition. Second grading, prevention and control of disease and disorder. Third grading, substance use and abuse. And for the final grading, prevention, injury prevention, safety, and first aid. Next, grade 5. First grading, personal health. Second grading, personal health, and also growth and development. For third grading, substance use and abuse. And for the final grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid, and also community and environmental health. Next, grade 6. First grading, personal health. Second grading, prevention and control of disease and disorder. For third grading, consumer health and environmental health. For final grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid. Next, grade 7. First grading, growth and development. Second grading, nutrition. Third grading, personal health, and for the final grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid or intentional injury. Next is grade 8. First grading, family health. Second grading, family health 2. Third grading, prevention and control of disease and disorder or communicable. And for the final grading, prevention and control of disease and disorder or non-communicable. Next, grade 9. First grading, community and environmental health. Second grading, injury prevention, safety, and first aid. Third grading, substance use and abuse or drug scenario. And for the final grading, substance use and abuse or gateway drugs. So dito po i-explain yung iba't ibang klase ng gateway drugs. Next, grade 10. First grading, consumer health. Second grading, health trends, issue, and concern or national level. Third grading, health trends, issue, and concerns or global levels. And for the final, planning for a health career. So those are the identified health content area included in health education curriculum. So that's all and have a nice day.
Good morning everyone, I am Jonald B. Pablo from BPED 3C. And now we were going to tackle the content standard and performance standards. So let's begin. Curriculum content simply means the totality of what is to be taught in school system. The content component of teaching learning situation refers to the important facts, principles, and concepts to be taught. These contents must be in line with the learning experiences, and there must be clear-cut objective to be achieved by the end of each respective lesson. It can be in form of knowledge, skills, attitude, and values that learners are exposed to. Content involves subject matter drawn on the basis of problems, themes, or topics cutting across traditional subjects. Learning experiences refers to any interaction, course, program, or other experiences in which learning takes place, whether it occurs in traditional academic setting, school or classroom, or non-traditional academic setting outside of school location, outdoor environment, or whether it include traditional educational interactions. Student learning from teachers and professors, or non-traditional interaction. Student learning through games and interactive software applications. According to Taylor, learning experiences are the interaction between the learner and the external condition in the environment to which he can react. It is an activity which may be planned by the class or teacher but performed by the learner for the purpose of achieving some important learning objectives. A content standard in education is a statement that can be used to judge the quality of curriculum content or as part of a method of evaluation K to 12. Standards should clearly describe the specific content that should be taught and learned during the K to 12 years. Grade by grade, content standards articulate an essential core of knowledge and skills that students should master. Standards clarify what students are expected to know and be able to do at various points in their K to 12 academic career. Most states, excluding LOA, have implemented state standards in various content areas. Local adoption and implementation of state standard ensure that the education students receive is consistently strong across all of state and that completion of high school has common meaning throughout the state performance standard specify the level of performance in a skills or area of knowledge that is considered acceptable. Berger 1996-1997. This measurable expectation for performance, sometimes termed benchmarks, are aligned with both curriculum and content standard in each subject area. In many schools, the acceptable level of performance has been defined by teachers focusing their own classroom. In standards-based reform, educators and other stakeholders define acceptable levels of performance for all students. The issue of what to do when students do not achieve a particular performance or the level remains of the great challenges of this form. Should the student go through remediation, get held back, be required to take summer schools, be excluded from graduation or receive some other sanction?
Good day everyone, I am Leana Maritiu Padua from BPED 3C, and for today's video, I will discuss to you the learning competency, code, and learning materials in curriculum guide. So let's talk about first what is learning competencies. So learning competencies are the main ideas or skills you expect students to master, or these are also called the goals. So competencies are combinations of knowledge, skills, and attitudes that students develop and apply for successful learning, living, and working. Competencies help students draw and build upon what they know, how they think, and what they can do. So these competencies include the cognitive skills of critical thinking, problem solving, knowledge applications, and creativity. So the general goal of competency-based learning is to ensure that students are acquiring the knowledge and skills that are deemed to be essential to success in school, higher education, careers, and adult life. So let's proceed to the code or code in curriculum guide. So because of the objective or learning competencies can be generalized, the department has put in a learning code to encompass the said objective or make the said objective or learning competency specific. So it is in the code how many days you will teach the said learning competency or learning objective. And now you will divide the contents or topics into a learning competency. So the last is the learning materials in curriculum guide. So instructional materials, also known as the teaching or learning materials or TLM, are any collections of materials including animate and inanimate objects and human and non-human resources that a teacher may use in teaching and learning situation to help achieve the desired learning objectives. So, curriculum materials are educational resources that provide curriculum and instructional experiences for preschool through the 12th grade. These materials are used by educators to help curriculum and lesson plans develop and may also used in actual instructional situation. So the importance and the purpose of teaching and learning materials is to make lessons interesting, learning easy, and enable teachers to easily express concepts. Learning materials can significantly increase learning achievements by supporting learning. That's all. Thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Rivera Felipe BP3C. So I will discuss the K-12 Curriculum Guide Health or Glossary. First is community and environment. Situates the learner as an integral part of his or her community and environment. Pag sinabi kasing community and environment, tumutukoy lang ito sa isang society or sa may community natin or sa my environment. Consumer health. Application of consumer skills in the WISE evaluation. Next is culture responsive. Culture responsive is culture knowledge or prior experience. O dito pinapakita yung mga natutunan mo or na-experience. Next is epidemiological. Studies the incidence and prevalence of disease in large population. So dito pinag-aaralan dito yung mga iba't ibang klaseng disease sa may malawakang population. Next is family health. The human life cycle related to the personal interaction within the family. Family health. So tumutukoy ito sa ito yung cycle ng isang buong pamilya na tungkol sa kanilang kalusugan or health. Next is growth and development with emphasis on attention to person and the development of self-management skills to cope with life changes. So dito tumutukoy dito yung paglago ng isang tao kung paano mabago ang kanyang sarili. Next, and health and life skill base. Applies life skill to specific health choices and behavior. So dito pipili ka ng specific na tungkol sa health na ma-apply mo sa iyong behavior. And next is holistic. Analyze the interrelationship among the factors that influence the health status. So dito tumutukoy kung ano yung relationship mo na makakaapekto sa iyong health status. Next is injury prevention. Causes or cause and prevention of accident and injury at home. Dito kaya nga sinabing prevention para mas papigilan yung mga accidents or mga injuries na mangyayari. And next is safety and first aid. Any in the community and performance of different activities. So safety and first aid. So kailangan talaga to para mas ma-prevent yung injuries ng bawat tao sa kanilang kalusugan. Next is learner-centered. Focuses of the student's need. For example, yung learner-centered example nito is yung abilities and learning styles ng gagaling sa teachers. And next is nutrition. Analysis of the quality and quantity of their food intake. So dito sa nutrition, dito ay na-analyze kung gaano kadami or bilang yung pagkain na dapat mong kainin, ganun. Next is personal health. Promote the physical, mental, social, and moral spiritual health. So dito tinutukoy yung isang kakayahan ng tao through physical and mental, social, and moral spiritual health. So next is prevention and control of disease and disorders. Prevention and controls of communicable and non-communicable disease and disorders. So dito piniprevent or kinokontrol yung mga disease like any communicable disease or ganun. Next is preventive. Helps people take positive action on their self to prevent disease and achieve optimum health. So dito sa preventive, nakakatulong sa mga tao yung pagiging positibo para mas makatulong sa kanilang kalusugan. Para ma-prevent yung kunyari mga example ng mga sakit. Ganun. And next is right-based. Further the realization of human rights as laid down in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Next is standard and outcome-based. Requires students to demonstrate that they have learned the academic standards. So dito requires yung mga students i-demo yung mga outcome-based na natutunan nila. Next is substance use and abuse. The prevention and control of the use and abuse of substance. So dito, piniprevent or kinokontrol yung paggamit or pag-abuse ng isang substance sa kalusugan. And the last is values-based. Promotes an educational philosophy based on valuing self. So dito pinopromote yung educational philosophy para mas makilala yung sarili.
Good day everyone, I am Ira Romero from BP3C. So let's move on to the next topic, which is the code book legend. So at the end of the curriculum guide, which is the health curriculum, it has a code book legend. And in the code book legend, it has a sample of the code. So we have H9S for G to H34. So these are the legend and the sample. So self-understanding na lang natin na ito yung mga kailangan nating sundin. So in the first entry of the code, there is learning area and strand, standard or specification, and grade level and uppercase letter, and here is the sample which is health. Ito yung H9. So the grade level is grade 9. Then sa uppercase letter naman, it has a domain, content, components, or topic, which is the prevention of substance use and abuse. So usually makikita natin yung domain na yon. So ito yon, yung which is the competencies na kailangang i-target ng students natin or ng mga bata. Kumbaga, sa lesson plan, tinatawag to na general competencies. And we have Roman numerical. If it starts with 0 and no specific quarter, you can discuss the general competency or specific competency as long as there is specific competency to any quarter. Or pwede rin nating i-inject yan if first quarter, second, third, or fourth. And pwede rin i-inject kahit anong week. Then, pwede nating tagalan kung di nila na-gets yung specific competencies na yon, which is quarter 0. Ano po ba yung mga 0 na nakalagay? So, let's say for example, quarter natin is represented by a Roman numeral. So, number 4. So, pag number 4, it is a fourth quarter, di po ba? And then, yung sinasabi ko naman na we can be injected to any quarter. Any quarter means pwedeng any week. So, pwede nating lagpasan, pwede nating di lagpasan, and pwede nating i-recall. But, it should have a module specific for you to discuss this kind of competencies. Kasi, lahat ng competencies na nakalagay dito ay mahalaga. So, nandito yung G to H. Put a hyphen in between letters to indicate more than a specific week. Sa lesson plan po kasi natin, Kung G to H siya, ikaw po yung magde-decide kung how many weeks it will be covered based on the lesson plan. It being changed because of the weather or special classes or etc. So, dito, yung G to H po is pang week 7 to 8, yung division. We have to target the number of weeks that we need to discuss the specific lesson that we are heading to for achieving the learning outcomes. Then, the Arabic numbers. Competencies po natin. Pagdating dito sa competencies, ito yung suggest healthy alternatives to cigarettes and alcohol to promote healthy lifestyle for self, family, and community. So, ito naman yung number 34. And that's all. Thank you.